It's interesting, as all the accolades and awards get listed off, it made me realize, and Mike came over earlier, that I'm not even the best football player in my own family, or the second best, or the third best, or the fourth best, which is kind of crazy. I've got an all-Canadian cousin, I've got a nation-leading sack artist in my brother, I've got a kid going into his fifth year in the CFL, my youngest brother, and I have another cousin who is a two-time All-Canadian JP Metris Award winner. So when I think about my family, I don't want to say it's a mystery why I'm up here. I've had people that I can compete against my entire life, people who've motivated me my whole life. So I thank Godfrey, Kosi, Ife, Kenny, who can't be here, for really helping me become the person I am today and the football player I was. This is my first time in this building, and I was saying it a little bit earlier, since my last exam here, and that 7 or 8 years feels like it went by in the snap of a fingers, but it really does pull things full circle. I got here and I was 245 pounds, probably 50 pounds overweight, and Coach Falls looked at me and said, essentially, you're too fat to play, which in turn really did motivate me to get what I wanted. I played with guys who are multiple-time All-Canadians. I played with guys who are 5, 6, 7, 8-year CFL pros, and I played with guys who've motivated me my entire life. My roommate was probably the best football player at Laurier when we were there, and every single day, he doesn't know it, but he's sitting right here. I compared myself to him. I wanted to be better than him. And having people like Kweku, having people like Aki, having people like Esse, who are a direct image of what you want to be, it pulls out an intrinsic fire in you. So for the guys I played with, for the guys who inspired me, for the guys who I played against, thank you so much. I'm trying to take a second and think. I didn't write anything. I'm a very off-the-hip kind of person. I think that's the way that things should be, because it really pulls out your most true emotions and feelings. My parents can't be here. As a few of you guys know, my dad has lived in Nigeria for the majority of my life, and the first person I had who believed in me the way that my dad did was Michael Faltz. When I was trying to decide what school to go to, although my dad wasn't there, he said, there's one person that I think I can give you to who's going to return you back as a man. One person who I can put my faith in to bring you back in one piece, because I wasn't the best decision maker at 16, 17 years old. I wasn't a model student at 16, 17 years old. I wasn't the model friend at 16, 17 years. But Mike and Coach V brought that out of me. They pushed me every single day. They challenged me every single day. And as I look back at my football career, there's no two people in my life who've probably had the effect that those two have had. So for Coach V, for Coach Folds, thank you. I appreciate you. There's a lot that I'd change in my life, just generally speaking. Coming here isn't one of those things. Okay. I can be a hard-headed person, I can be a difficult person, I can be a very passionate person, and a lot of that has translated into my real life, and a lot of that has made me become successful outside of football. A lot of that has made me become determined outside of football. A lot of that has made me want more out of my life, and a lot of that is derived from football. So for the young guys, I see you guys in the back left, trust the process. Trust the process. There are days I thought about transferring, there's days I thought about quitting, there's days I didn't get what I wanted, and that's because I was entitled. That's because I had ego. And the moment you realize that something like football is more than just about yourself, it's about a larger picture, it's about a larger goal, a lot of that stuff drops off, and what you say to yourself is, how can I be better to make the program better? How can I leave a lasting image? How can I be remembered? I had Liam Spencer come up to me a little bit earlier, and he said, thank you for being a good vet. Thank you for being just a solid person. And I said, brother, that was instilled in me by the guys that I had before me, and that just speaks to what it really means to be a Golden Hawk. That's what Laurier Pride's about pushing it forward, about doing unto others that you want did to you. And I thank the program. I thank everybody associated with the program. There are faces here I haven't seen in 6, 7, 8 years, and thank you guys for playing an instrumental part in my life. Thanks, everybody, and go Hawks, of course.